Hey, welcome back to another video. Today we're doing the swing failure patterns on the Micro E-mini S&P 500 for the week of, what was it, 9/16? Something like that? Let's see, what's the date? 9/15. That was Monday. That was Fed week, FOMC. And this stuff on the chart is leftover from the GAN swing video. So if you want to see that video after this, go watch it. But for right now, you're on the swing failure pattern video. Let's get rid of the drawings. All right. So we got the EMA cloud. I think in the past, I was using the moving averages. This is a lot cleaner. And I got the Lux Algo swing failure pattern video indicator on here. And we'll use that, and sometimes it repaints, sometimes it misses some swings, sometimes it counts swings as when there's no real GAN swing. So we'll see if we can spot any with the naked eye as well as using the indicator. Here's the first setup. It's not 10 o'clock yet, and I usually don't trade before 10. It's also an impulsive wave down, no three-wave correction. But it is a great GAN swing, and you get a nice break of the candle here, and you get a 2-to-1. You get more than a 2-to-1. But we're not going to count that. Let's be fair. Here's a really nice move here. It's a three-wave move within this candle, so we're not going to trade it. But it's a nice swing failure pattern, the break of the candle here. Get a fair value grab here. So we're not going to trade that either. We're not going to trade against the trend. If you've seen the other videos, I only go with the trend on this one. But if you want to backtest strategies against the trend like this, this is a 2B and a swing failure pattern. Right here. Candle closes under. Breaks down. Another nice trade. So we'll see what we got here. Here's an interesting one. So you get the swing failure here. But are you going to take it? Because this move is above the moving average. I mean, you can say this is a big bear flag. So what do you do here? The indicator is not calling this out as a swing above here, but I think it is. Maybe by one tick. I would take this. So we're going to take this as 2-to-1. And we're going to label that 2. Here is another one of those traps. The Lux Algo swing failure pattern indicator did not set this up as a swing failure. It should be. Maybe that's one that it repainted, it removed because it didn't work. Sometimes these indicators can do that. And we're not going to count it again, like I said before, because it's not a three-wave move. So, is this one right here? All right, we got this. That's another 2-to-1. I think the indicator didn't count it because there's no real swing right here. At least you can't tell. But it is a three-wave move. It's an ABC move. And swing failure is above this high. I'm not sure why I didn't count it there. Anyway, so I think we're done. Here's actually another one here, but it's after 3. So we got a total of, what, 4? 4-to-1. or 4R, so to speak. I think usually I do these with points, but we're just doing the trades today. So if you only traded 1-to-1, it would be 2R. Not bad. Another winning day for this. This is kind of like the, like I was just saying, I made the video before this on the GAN swings, and it's just like, it just continues to work and work and work. Not every day, not every week, but most of the time. Here is another great trade here that the indicator didn't count for some reason, but it's another 2-to-1. Here's an ABC, 1, 2, 3. Under the cloud. Cloud is moving down. You get your bearish bar. Again, the bearish bar like this is a better trade than if it was closed bullish and then broke down. This is the ideal trade right here. So that's, we're going to count that as 2-to-1. Here's one it counts. Another 2-to-1. Couple against the trend moves here. They both work out. Actually, this, I don't like this one. This isn't a real swing right here, because this candle needs to break. This candle's high. Maybe it does it by a tick. I can't tell. So we're up, what, another 4R. That's probably it for the day, but we're going to keep counting. So here's one that's an interesting call here. Do you take this long? It's a perfect setup. It's an ABC move. You've broken above the moving average, but you closed down. And you've broken structure here. I think you take that. But to be fair, and since we're already up 4R, I'm not going to take it here. But for back testing, looks like you get maybe a 1.5 risk reward. Comes back down. Here's another interesting trade here. Okay, so it does break that high. You get a 3-wave move here. 1, 2, 3. It's not a real GAN move in the middle, but it's a pullback. And then it traps you here. So I'm not going to take that. But if it was, say, up here, and it kind of gave you a bigger trend, like if it was this pullback here, instead of this one where you're really not sure if you're going down or you're going up, do you take that or this? Up here, probably. But like I said, we're going to be fair because it's back testing. Sometimes the hindsight bias will make you trade things that you wouldn't normally trade. So we're going to be fair and we're not going to count those. Here's a good one. You have your A, B, C. Can't really tell if this is this swing or if this is, but you get your swing failure. Overall uptrend. High or low. That's another 2-to-1. So we're up 6 for the day. Not bad. 3 for the day if you were going 1-to-1. I'm not going to count this one because it's after 3, but do you get the win? I don't think you do on this one. So the 3 o'clock rule saves us from making a trade. So we don't have any losing trades yet, do we? Okay. Here's one of those traps. It's not a 3-wave move, so we won't take it, but it does look like it's going to be close to a 1-to-1, but here you go. Here is another one here. For some reason, it didn't count it again. But this is another ABC move. Swing failure pattern. Break the candle here. That's your entry right here. Or actually in this case, because it's a bearish candle sweep. You could wait for the break of this one. But what do we got here? A 2-to-1 or a 1.3. So we didn't get 1.5 or 2. Just one. Here's another nice one. There's your bear flag. It's an ABC move. A, B, C, swing failure. Another nice bearish bar. That's another 2. I'm telling you, man, I should take every single one of these trades during the week. But I don't because I trade other strategies. If I see them, I'll take them, but I'm usually not on the 1-minute chart on the MES. Maybe we should do this back testing on the 5-minute at some point. That would be good, or maybe even the 15-minute. But I want to keep this simple. Here we go. Is this another setup here? That's close. I think you got to take that. But because, like I said before, because it's back testing, we're not going to take it. How many trades did we take today? All right, we're up 3. All right, there's noon. There's a setup here, but that's not a real swing there. You would need this candle to come down here, break this candle's low, and then come up. This is more of an inside bar. See that? So the indicator, this is one of those times where the indicator counts it, and I don't because it's not a real swing. This isn't a real swing down. But if you traded it, you still get your, what, 1.5? Is this a 2? All right, you get your 2 there. Like I said, I didn't take it. Some big moves here. Is this Wednesday? That was the Fed day. Yeah. You wouldn't be trading yet. Yeah, okay. You would be trading now. It's too well. The press conference is going. There's another one of those non-swings. You get a big trade there. Here's another nice setup here. It's not a Gann. It's not a Gann swing or a, well, it is a Gann bar, but it's one of those 2-2 reversals. If you're a Gann counter. Some people call this the Rob reversal because of Trader Rob. He trades that on the 15-minute chart. He's got some cool videos. Check him out. But no trade there. You got a against the trend. Great bearish bar there. You got your 1-to-1, but no trade for me. And then it's after 3. So what do we got? Is this the? This is the. All right. So we're up 3. Do we still not have a losing trade? All right, we're on Thursday. Looks like some news there. We almost got a setup here. Did we? No. Huh. That looks like a setup. Plus, it's an ABC move after an impulsive wave, A, B, C, bouncing off the moving average. I'm going to count that. So we got... All right, you got your 2-to-1. Great move there. All right, 11 o'clock, almost lunchtime. Here's another one of those. Oh, this is a real Gann swing. So we'll take that. Looks like at least 1.5. Almost a 2. We got a 2 here. And a 1.5. It's an inside bar. So is this to this one. So if this was a setup, we wouldn't take that. I don't think this is a setup here. You could still trade it if you just trade price action. You get your 1-to-1, but we're not going to count that one. It's a little down. Let's be fair. Got to be fair with the back testing. This is Thursday, and looks like we're out of time. All right, another profitable day. What is that? If you traded 1-to-1, you'd be up 2, and if you traded 2-to-1, this one actually fails, so you're up 1, it looks like. Unless you set your stop to break even at 1.5. We're not going to get into all of that. Let's be fair. You're either up 2 and you stopped, you're up 2, then you lose 1, you're up 1. And if you traded 1-to-1, you're either up 1 and then break even, or break even for the day. Again, you're going to have to, as a trader, you're going to have to figure out, once you have a strategy, you're going to have to figure out what you're going to do. Are you going to go 1-to-1? Are you going to go 1-to-2 or 1 to 1.5? When are you going to move your stop? Do you have multiple positions? Remember, if you're setting your stop and take profit and you're going for 2-to-1 and it doesn't hit, when you're doing your back testing, make sure you count that as a loss, not as a break-even trade, unless you're setting your stop to break even and you know that before you're back testing. Sometimes traders get tricked and they come up with the results and they're not counting the 1.5s as a loss if they're going for 2-to-1. You see what I mean? Here's a great swing failure pattern here. You get the bearish bar, the bearish candle sweep. The indicator sets it up. It's an ABC move. Moving averages are moving down, and you get your 2-to-1. Too bad you didn't get it here too, but this candle closes down. That would have been another nice ABC there. Here you get your trap, what we talked about in the beginning of the video. I don't count this. I am looking to get into it maybe, but I'm so used to the ABC moves and the correction bull and bear flag swing failure pattern setups. They work good, as you can see in this back testing video, but you can do your 1-to-1 there. Almost lunchtime. Here's an ABC move, A, B, C. It's not a swing failure pattern, but you do get your nice setup there. A little bonus content. Bullish bar, 2-to-1. Here's another one here, A, B, C. And it actually has an ABC move in between, A, B, C. You get your bullish bar. It's not quite a candle sweep, so you could have taken the break of this candle or this one. Like I said earlier, you got to figure out what setups you're trading. There are many ways to enter a trade. We're not going to count this one because it's another, well, this isn't one, this is a bearish. This is bearish in an uptrend, so it's not under the EMA cloud. The EMA cloud's not pointing down, so you wouldn't take this. And I think that'll do it for a Friday. Oh, hold on. We got one. Okay, we're making higher highs and lower lows. Here's a pullback. It's a trap. You're trapping these traders that have their stop here. You got a fair value gap here. ABC move, A, B, C. Swing failure pattern. Break of this level here. Let's set it up. You get the nice trade on Friday afternoon, and you get your 2-to-1. $254. I was going to say if it was 3 o'clock or 3:01, we can't take it, just to be fair, but we got it. Great trade. Great week. What do we got here? We got 2 there, right? We got your 2-to-1. Most of the trades this week, we got our 2-to-1. There was a couple 1.5s, which is if you went for 1.5, you would have got all the 2-to-1s. You would have got 1.5 if you went for 1.5. If you went for 1-to-1 this week, you would have killed it also. Great week. I don't think we need to count these up. We were up about 2 to 4, 2 to 4 point, or 2 to 4 R every day. There was a couple there where we may have been break even. No, you know what? We'll count it up. 4 here. All right, so here, let's decide. Are we going for 1-to-1, 1.5? Well, we'll just, since we were calling out 2-to-1 all week, we'll go for 2-to-1. Okay, there's 4. Six. That's a loss, so it's 5. All right, so we're up 5R. Wednesday, 7. There's a loss down to 6. Eight. 10. And Monday. 12. 14. 14R. 14R. 2-to-1. And if you traded 1-to-1, you'd be up about, what, 7? Yep, all the losses would have been the same, so you're up 7. If you went 2-to-1, you're up 14. So another good week on the swing failure patterns. Like I said, this video will come out after the GAN swings, which was another good backtesting week. I think we were up about 35 points. I did make a mistake in that video, but I said 35 points was like $350 on the 1 micro contract. So if you watch that video, I don't think that's true. I think 5 points on the micro is $25. So it's going to be about $250, I think. Anyway, I didn't get to correct myself in that video. So another good week on the swing failure patterns. Maybe in the next video we'll do, like I said earlier, 5-minute or 15-minute, or even maybe we'll look at the hourly and 4-hour and even daily on some Forex pairs. But that's another profitable week on the MES futures, S&P 500, trading the swing failure patterns with the Lux algo indicator and the EMA cloud. So take care and happy trading next week. Later, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video.